So the first real test is coming up for Keir Starmer and Nigel Farage. And that's because Mike Amesbury, the MP for Runcorn and Helsby, who assaulted the man on a night out and repeatedly hit him, was later convicted of assault, has finally announced that he will be stepping down as the MP, which means there will be a by-election. The first by-election for an MP since the election last summer. So just to let everybody know, this is a massive majority and a mountain to climb for Reform UK. At the general election, Mike Amesbury got 22,358 votes, which was 52%. He actually got more votes than all the other parties put together, and that included a Liberal Democrat, a SDP, Green Party, Conservative and Reform. Reform finished second with just over 7,500, so they've got 15,000 votes to overcome. That's 18.1% they got. And the Conservatives got 6,700. So even if you combine the Conservative and Reform vote, what you would call maybe the right-wing vote, if you can call the Conservatives right-wing, you would still only get around 34%. Now, a lot has changed since July. Reform are more popular and Labour are far least popular. And then you've got to take into consideration the protest vote that you get at these by-elections. The voters can now vote with their heart rather than, a lot of the times at general election, they actually vote out of fear. So they'll vote the Labour Party because they're scared of the Tories winning, or they'll vote the Tories because they're scared of Labour, even though there might be a third party, like the Greens, like the Lib Dems, like Reform, that people might actually vote, but in a by-election, they will vote for that person. Another thing which is going to have a big impact is the reasoning for why Labour have lost this seat. It's controversial, it's a terrible look. And that because of Mike not stepping down straight away, that's going to look even worse. But on the flip side, Reform UK are having the worst week in its political history since the party was formed. Obviously, we've got the whole Rupert Lord Nigel Farage situation. So if I was Keir Starmer, I would be putting pressure on Mike Amesbury to actually step down immediately now, because I think this is his best chance of winning the by-election. The longer he leaves it, the more people will forget about this situation, the more people will see the government doing a terrible job, the Conservatives doing nothing, and the more they'll see Nigel Farage stealing the limelight, coming out with his great speeches that he does, and looking like the real opposition. At that point, even with this majority so big, I do believe that Reform UK could win this by-election. And the media are going to be putting pressure on Reform. If Reform don't win this by-election, the media are going to make out that Reform can't win seats, even though this would not be a target seat for Reform UK. The Merseyside area, the Runcorn area, until you get into North Wales, is not really seats that Reform would be expected to win. But if they do win Runcorn, I would go as far to say it's a good indicator that Reform UK will win the 2029 election. Now, that being said, that for me means a Nigel Farage leadership. Nobody else for me in the party could be the leader and appeal to the middle, down the road voters like Nigel Farage can. For people like you and me that follow politics, we know of your Lee Andersons and your Rupert Laws. But for a lot of people who are watching mainstream media day in, day out, they don't see these type of characters. But Nigel Farage is somebody that every household knows. So we're going to have to see the impact of what these last few days have had on Reform UK, and we're going to have to see what the impact of Keir Starmer and the Ukraine discussions has on him, because according to mainstream media, Keir Starmer has seen a rise in popularity. Now, I'm sceptical on that. and I actually disagree with Keir Starmer's position on the Ukraine war. I'm far more aligned with that of Donald Trump. But I put my hands up and admit that the majority of people do not see it my way. So Keir Starmer, in their eyes, it's being claimed, is looking more like a statesman. But let me know what you think. With Mike Amesbury now stepping down, who do you think will win the by-election? And one more question I'd love you to answer in the comment section. If up to last week you was a Reform UK voter, will you still be supporting Reform UK? Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and especially subscribe so I can get these independent videos out to as many people as possible. And I'll see you on the next video.